So Marathon had its free weekend playtest, dubbed the Server Slam, just before its release coming out on the 5th of March, and I did play a little bit, and I really do mean a little bit. I played about just over an hour, but I feel like more than most people, because I barely saw anybody talking about Marathon through the open test weekend. So I do actually feel educated enough to make this video and talk about it a little bit, despite not playing as much as I probably would have otherwise if I knew it was even happening before the 2nd, so like the final day. If you didn't know, Marathon is the newest release coming out from Bungie, the studio that brought us Destiny 1 and 2, all the multiple DLCs, and also the good Halo games. Trying this time around with an extraction shooter, which is where you take control of a runner, which is a nameless human who's given up your physical body to be plugged into a robot shell that reloads every single time, basically. The shells are what gives you different character types with the different abilities to focus on team composition, allowing you to adapt your playstyle to what may be needed to your team build dynamic, or if you just want to, run as the offensive shells, you can just do that and fuck your team, I guess. Or play on your own. You can also not play in a team of 3. It's not intended or recommended, honestly. I do find the gunplay to be quite tight. I do really enjoy it. The TTK, or time to kill, is a little bit off in my opinion, as the NPC enemies are seemingly balanced a little oddly. The game also has a heavy focus on PvP elements. You can run into, at max, 2 other teams per run that you have in the different levels. With these PvP elements, though, the time to kill is a lot quicker, so you can just be blindsided completely by an enemy unit while you're in the middle of a PvE encounter and just get melted to a point where it's kind of annoying, actually. The base of the game itself as an extraction shooter obviously is to collect as much shit as you can in the allotted time and get out before the timer expires. If you die at any point during the run, you lose absolutely everything in your inventory, from your picked up equipment to even your guns you start with. So having a higher team cohesion is a really big benefit, and in fact running off on your own is quite discouraged. There's no way to get it back, because there's not a traditional respawn either. It's not guaranteed that you'll be able to come back during the run. And that honestly is kind of all there is to Marathon at the moment. It doesn't have a traditional campaign mode or story progression, because they're doing it as a season-based thing, so a lot of that isn't going to be able to be unpacked for a few months at the minimum. While the game itself plays perfectly fine, it's honestly nothing to write home about, and as another PvP extraction shooter joining the market, I personally wouldn't recommend this over something like Arc Raiders or Helldivers 2, unless you're really against a game being in the third person and really want to play a first person shooter like this. Time is definitely set to tell if Marathon ends up being Bungie's new major success, but honestly, based on the granted limited time I got to play, I would honestly think that we could see its servers slammed shut within about a year.
The bell tolls.